Hi everybody, I'm Robert Rose with the Digital Clarity Group, and I'm also the Chief Strategist with Content Marketing Institute. I'm really glad to be here today to talk about how marketers can leverage big data to really derive some kind of insight from what we're trying to do with our business. We know that the role of the CMO and the CIO is evolving. We know this, right? Of this change, we got to feel that it's more critical that they both evolve into something that has common purpose for the business rather than the change itself. And we think that this big data idea is something that can really align these two important roles in the organization. So let me just give you my top 5 things that I think are really important for us to understand as marketers if we're going to actually use big data to derive some sort of insight into this. So number 5, it's bringing the data together. So right now, marketers have more technology and data than we actually even know what to do with. And it's not the fact that we have so much technology like web analytics and social analytics and all of this conversion layer data that we have. It's the fact that these data elements are siloed off from each other. So we actually don't know how to bring them together to get a 360-degree view of our customer. And that's the important thing. So as we start to align with the CIO and really work together to get that 360-degree view of the customer, we've got to bring our data sources together so that we can start looking at them holistically instead of in siloed departments where they might provide value for the individual departments, but not for us as an entire business. Number 4, recognize that technology isn't a magic wand. We've got to produce results. Technology doesn't produce results, people produce results. Having the right technology is what's really important here. We've got to create better experiences using technology, but we've got to create better content using people. And that's what big data really gives us, is the insights in order to create more creative, better, more relevant content to those users and create better experiences for them. Number 3, that feeds right into this, is understanding our audiences. We've got to understand our audiences. There was a study that was just released that talks about how marketers are still using 70 to 80% of their data to facilitate more transactions instead of getting insight into deeper engagement with our customers. This has to change. We've got to get off the hamster wheel of CMOs really running toward more transactions, making sure that every graph goes up and to the right every week, every quarter. And instead, start using data to derive deeper insight into how we can develop deeper relationships with each customer as they go through whatever buying journey they are in our organization. Our data, because it is our data, has inherent biases in it. We have grown up delivering content, delivering different experiences, delivering different types of things to consumers. And because of that, any data we look at is going to have our biases built into it. And so we've got to get beyond that by being able to ask smarter questions, better questions of our data, being able to peel back the layers of data to ask really smart, intelligent questions instead of just assuming that we're trying to find the patterns for more transactions in there. The final and most important thing is a new role for the marketing organization. I'm calling it the manager of meaning, which is someone who can sit between the data and the creative content that we need to create as marketers and really start to ask those advancing questions. Someone who has the freedom to be able to ask things that may fly in the face of what our preconceived notions really are, and really ask the advancing questions that will help us derive that meaning, derive the insight, and help us develop deeper experiences with consumers over time. That's the only way that big data really becomes more than just a big box of nonsense and actually becomes something that's truly valuable and differentiating for the business over time. So there you have it. There's my 5 ways that a business can really derive true value out of big data. I'm Robert Rose with Digital Clarity Group.